Alright, so I have 6 wires that are 20 gauge. They're these thicker wires, and then I have one wire which is a 28 gauge thinner wire. It's still on my spool here. That's what I'm going to be weaving with. Now, usually you can hold wires with your fingers, but because we have so many going on here, it really helps to have a clamp. This is a spring clamp that you can get at a hardware store. And then after a while, these rubber parts start to wear down and it might mark your wires up. So mine have tape on them to prevent that because they're starting to wear away. So you want to put them right next to each other, all in a row like mine. I have 2 different colors here, a charcoal and a purple that I'm alternating, but that is not important. You can do whatever colors you want. So we are going to start on the very bottom wire, and you are having your wire, your thinner wire, right above the bottom wire. So it comes in through here, right above, and then pulling it back. So making just one loop this way. Now you want to take this wire, you want to find your second wire, and you want to put it above that. Push down and bring it right under the second wire. So now you have made 2 little loops. And now you want to find your third wire. Bring your wire from the back to the front, right above that third wire. Here it is for me. Bring it down and then under, from front to back, push it back under the third wire. So we're just going to keep going here the same way. Now we're going to do the same thing with the fourth wire. You're just basically making one little loop around each wire. So wire number 5 here, and then last but not least, wire number 6. Alright, so now we're going to start going down. So we went up to the top and now we're going to come back down to the bottom. So here's my wire right here in the back. What I'm going to do with that is I am going to bring it underneath the second wire from the top. Alright, because we want to make a loop around that wire. So I'm going to bring it under, up, and above to the back there. So see, now there's 2 loops. So I'm going to do the same thing on the next wire down, under, and then over. Now we have 2 loops there, under, over, and just keep going down, doing one wrap around each wire until you get to the bottom. And now that we're at the bottom, we're just going to start going up again. So we're going to make one loop around the bottom. Now we're going to go above the second wire and then under it, and just keep going up all the way back to the top. So you can start to see sort of a zigzag pattern. Oops, here we go. So if you look closely, you can see the zigzag pattern going up, down, up. So that is how you want to keep going. and then we are going to push the pattern closer together once you have more, and you can kind of push it this way. Right now there's not a ton of room for me to do that, but it will get closer together. So I'm just going to keep going for a little bit to show you what it looks like once there's more. Alright, so I've done a little more here. Just a quick tip, sometimes as you're doing this, your wires start to get a little bumpy. See, this one's bumping out because there's so many of them. So what you want to do is you want to take some nylon pliers. They're not metal, they're basically like plastic. I just got these from Michael's. So they're not going to scratch up or damage your wires, and you just want to flatten it down by using these pliers. This way you don't scratch or damage the wires, but you keep them nice and flat. And then as you're doing this, you want to push them together every once in a while. Just push them together this way. So here's what my pattern is looking like after doing this for a little bit. I'll do a little longer too and show you guys longer, but here's the back of it too. I think the back of it looks really cool also. So I'm going to do a little more and I'll be right back. So here's what it looks like with more done, a little longer, and here's the back. Just one last quick thing I want to show you guys. So first of all, here's what that looks like incorporated into a pendant. But I would just want to show you that this design that you just watched me do can be done on as little as 3 wires. I know that I did it on 6 and it's quite elaborate, but it can be done on 3. I just don't think it looks quite as nice and has the same effect. But this is what it would look like on 3 wires, and this is what the back would look like. And just real quick, what you would do is, so you would go up and over the bottom wire, then you would come in the back, you would go from the back to the front underneath the second wire, and then you would go down and under it, bringing your wire to the back. You would go up and over the top wire and then to the back of that. And then going down, you're going under, from the back to the front, under the second wire, like this. Then you're going up and over it, and then you're going down and then up and over the bottom wire and in through right above it. So that is how you would do this design on 3 wires. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.